Hello everybody and welcome to the Watkins Glen International Raceway for the 2006 AMD at the Glen, the 23rd race of our 2006 NR2003 season, our final road course race of the season. Kevin Harvick starts on pole position. Jamie McMurray is supposed to start alongside him. For some reason that second row is hanging way back and we're green and underway here at Watkins Glen. Here we go. Kevin Harvick and Kurt Busch leads the green as McMurray just did not want to go, I guess. So Kurt Busch says, thank you very much, I'll take that. Takes complete advantage, controls the inside lane, and is going for the race lead already. So we complete turn one on this opening lap of racing. And now it's a battle between Kurt Busch and Kevin Harvick for the race lead. Two drivers who've been up at the front, just time in and time out the last few races. Just the best of the best this season. Here comes Kurt Busch to the inside. He'll take the lead away from Kevin Harvick. Kurt Busch, your new leader here at Watkins Glen, as he gets by Kevin Harvick for the lead. McMurray slots into third, Elliott Sadler fourth behind them. But what a start to this race for Kurt Busch as he leads over Kevin Harvick here at Watkins Glen. Of course, last season it was Tony Stewart picking up the win in dominating fashion here at Watkins Glen. We of course expect him, Jeff Gordon, the guys who are the best of all time on the road courses, to continue to perform well. Robby Gordon's an underdog pick. That would be good here, but we'll see what happens. Kurt Busch leads the way. Kevin Harvick there behind him in second, making their way through the final few corners of this opening lap. The 29 of Kevin Harvick is going low, and the 29 is going to be coming down pit road. A baffling decision here from Kevin Harvick on lap one. Tony Stewart follows him in. What is going on early in this race here? Watkins Glen, Harvick and Stewart both come down pit road on the opening lap of racing. A very odd scenario, and they're going to drop all the way to the back of the field, 41st and 42nd, and now Kurt Busch has got plenty of room to drive away. And then a caution came out because Jamie McMurray and Scott Pruitt crashed out of this race. Two guys who were running inside the top five when this happened, having a great start to the race, crash out. I missed what happened, so my apologies everybody. I completely missed the wreck between McMurray and Scott Pruitt, but they will both be out of the race, and that will basically be the nail in the coffin of any hopes Jamie McMurray has of making the chase for the cup, as this was a golden opportunity race for him, but he could not capitalize on it, and it's going to cost him. And now Kurt Busch is battling to 7 of Robby Gordon for the race lead. How about Robby Gordon in that 7 car? I did mention earlier that he was a sleeper pick to do well today. He's always been good on the road courses, of course, driving for his own team at number 7 as he tries to make it happen, but he will not be able to pass Kurt Busch. He'll fall in line behind him. Kurt Busch retains the lead over Robby Gordon, and then Kurt's younger brother Kyle here on lap 16 at Watkins Glen. About 12 to go in stage 1. Kurt Busch leads Robby Gordon after Pruitt and McMurray crash out of the race, which brought out our first caution of the day. Now, the ensuing lap on the outside lane. Here comes Robby Gordon on lap 18. 10 to go in the stage on the outside of Kurt Busch, now able to stay there, which becomes the preferred inside lane into the final corner of the road course. And here comes Robby Gordon. The number 7 car is going to be side by side with Kurt Busch for the lead. And Robby Gordon, who has not been in the top 5 or top 10 at all this season, finally has found something here at Watkins Glen, is now battling Kurt Busch. A great battle for lead so far, back and forth between two of the best in the business on road courses. How about Kyle Busch in the 5 right there behind Robby Gordon? Gives Kurt Busch a little bumper to the inside. Here comes Robby Gordon once again. The battle continues for the lead. Neither driver wanting to give up, fighting hard to get position to get this stage win. And Robby Gordon going to make the pass with a little bit of help from Kurt's younger brother Kyle Busch. And Robby Gordon will be leading for the first time today here at Watkins Glen, and he will drive away to his first stage win of the season. Robby Gordon wins stage 1 here at Watkins Glen. Kyle Busch comes home in second, followed up by Carl Edwards in third, Ryan Newman fourth, Kurt Busch slips to fifth, Harvick sixth, Sadler seventh, Tony Stewart eighth, Jeff Gordon ninth, and the final stage point goes to Jimmie Johnson, who takes it away from Denny Hamlin right on the last lap of the stage. That is an important chase battle position, so we'll see how that all ends up. But Robby Gordon wins stage 1 here at Watkins Glen. Now we get ready to begin stage 2. Carl Edwards, your leader. But now the 99 coming down pit road, as well as Tony Stewart, Scott Wimmer, and Boris Said, and that's Dale Jarrett back there. So about 5-6 guys who were in solid positions on the racetrack all come down pit road as you go green. Very perplexing. That's always how it usually is here in our Watkins Glen simulations. The strategy by everyone is very, very perplexing. We just have to let it play out and see who's works out at the end. That's what we're going to do. But Robby Gordon easily clears himself for the lead out of turn 1. He'll clear Kyle Busch, and now Robby Gordon in control here in Watkins Glen. Still, after taking care of the Stage 1 win, leading once again in Stage 2, looking like he's well on his way to victory. And the caution comes out on the racetrack on lap 32. There's a big crash. Kasey Mears in the 42, hard into the tire barrier. Sent in there by Greg Biffle in the 16. That has big chase implications. Biffle, a bubble driver, just fell below the cut line after Texas. Now another bad race. Can't afford that. Kasey Mears also a good ways below the cut line. That's really going to hurt his chances of making the chase for the Cup. And now on the ensuing restart here on lap 34 with Kasey Mears out in 40th, Newman from the lead comes down pit road, as does Jeff Gordon and a host of cars behind them. So now it'll be Kurt Busch and Denny Hamlin on the front row. So Hamlin will officially lead his first lap of the day. The rookie, of course, currently holding that 10th and final spot in the chase for the Cup, trying to hang on over these last 4 races if you include today. Then you got 3 wide for the lead. Here comes Elliott Sadler on the inside lane. What a move. The 38 of Elliott Sadler passes both Denny Hamlin and Kurt Busch in turn 1 to take the lead with a brilliant 3-wide pass. And how about Kevin Harvick, your pole sitter, following him through into second? How about Elliott Sadler trying to get his first win since 2004? Now here comes to the inside Kurt Busch and Kevin Harvick as they negotiate Dale Jarrett and Greg Biffle the lap cars. Elliott Sadler got screwed by his own teammate there, and Kevin Harvick gets 2 for 1. And new leader in Watkins Glen, and it is the closer. Kevin Harvick in the 29 gets by both Elliott Sadler and Kurt Busch to lead the way as we work our way through Stage 2 here at the Glen. And now the later stage, you get to the 17 of Matt Kenseth, and Kenseth goes spinning through the sand trap in the bus stop. A huge moment there. Matt Kenseth enters this race 50 or so points below the cut line. Needs a good day. Can't afford getting spun out like that. And Wimmer also goes wide off into the dirt. And oh my goodness, what a turn of events here in Watkins Glen. That's really going to kill Matt Kenseth's hopes. Now Harvick comes down pit road from the lead late in this stage. Hamlin then cycles out to be the leader, and then Hamlin comes down pit road. Following Hamlin down will be the 07 of Clint Bowyer, having a solid top 5 day going today. Dale Jr. follows him down, so that should, I believe, cycle everything out to the 2 of Kurt Busch, I believe, and indeed it will. Kurt Busch should be the leader when this all cycles out, as he pitted a while ago at the very beginning of this stage. Now he's coming to cycle back out to be in front of Kevin Harvick, and Kurt Busch will try to pick up his 4th stage win of the season, which would equal his younger brother, Kyle. So Kurt Busch takes the lead here, Watkins Glen, after the pit cycle, and now as we make the final corner of Stage 2, he is indeed going to do his 4th stage win of the season. Kurt Busch wins Stage 2 at the Glen on strategy, his 4th stage win this season, tying his brother Kyle Busch. Harvick comes across second. Elliott Sadler will be third. To take 4th place, it will be the 11 of Denny Hamlin, earning a crucial 7 points for his cause to make the chase in his rookie campaign. Behind him, you'll have Kyle Busch there in 5th. And then Tony Stewart follows him through in 6th, followed up by Jeff Burton in 7th. 8th place, Jimmie Johnson. Clint Bowyer gets 9th. In the final stage point, we'll go to Ryan Newman, who passes Carl Edwards on the last corner to get that final stage point. That could be the difference for both of them. But Kurt Busch picks up the Stage 2 win after Robby Gordon won Stage 1. Robby Gordon ended up having a mechanical issue. It is currently multiple laps off the pace. That's why you see him pitting there as we go green. So unfortunate for Robby, who had a really good car. But now it's Harvick and Elliott Sadler leading us back to the green flag here on lap 60. 31 laps to go, Watkins Glen, and Harvick reestablishes control, leading the race once again. Harvick has been one of the dominant forces in this race. Kurt Busch, and Robby Gordon. Now Harvick comes down pit road from the lead here with 14 to go, making his final pit stop. Hamlin going to counter that move and follow him down. Hamlin comes in as well. So your 2 leaders are in. Next one up should be the 2 of Kurt Busch, and Kurt Busch follows them down pit road. Now Kurt Busch is into the pits from 3rd. Now 4th place, Clint Bowyer, ready to come in pit road. A very wide entry into the tire barrier. Clint Bowyer, what are you doing? He just crashes into the tire barrier, takes himself out, blocks pit entry for Brian Vickers and Dale Jr. Unbelievable. Clint Bowyer, when he doesn't have the worst luck, makes stupid mistakes, and he just screwed himself out of what would have been a top 5, top 10 finish today. He was having a hell of a run, and now he crashes in the pit wall. Wrecks out in 3. Now Harvick was leading on the restart. Then on the next lap, Harvick pits from the lead with 9 laps to go. What is Harvick doing? RCR is having a meltdown late in this race, and now Tony Stewart will look to go back-to-back at the Glen as he inherits the race lead here, and will continue to drive away with 9 laps to go over the Penske duo. Newman and Kurt Busch, and there goes the 48 of Jimmie Johnson. Your points leader gets sent spinning through the sand and grass by his own teammate Brian Vickers. Turns Jimmie Johnson and completely changes the complexion of this race as he sends the 48 spinning into the infield. Unbelievable turn of events. Caution will come out, which means we will have another restart here at Watkins Glen with Tony Stewart scored as the race leader. Now we're back underway. It's going to be Stewart and Newman with 6 to go. 6 to go here at the Glen. Stewart, how about Kurt Busch to the 2 on the inside? 3 wide for the lead once again. Kurt Busch making the aggressive move on the restart, and it's going to pay off. He's got a nose ahead of Tony Stewart. It's now down to Tony Stewart and Kurt Busch. Kurt Busch has had a career resurgence, continuing a strong start to his young career now with Roger Penske, and that Blue Deuce is leading the way here at Watkins Glen with just 6 laps to go, looking for his 3rd win of the season. Now 4 to go. He continues to lead, but caution's out on the track. Caution out here at Watkins Glen. I couldn't find why, but I believe Schrader was involved in an incident, and that will bring us to NASCAR overtime here at the Glen. We're underway. 2 to go at the Glen. Who is going to go to victory lane in our final road course race of the season? Can Kurt Busch pull off the season sweep? Remember, he won at Sonoma. Playing some strategy to beat Jeff Gordon in that race. Kurt Busch made it happen. He went to victory lane. And now here he is once again in position to win at Watkins Glen and sweep the season road courses. Now Tony Stewart with a great run up to the bus stop. Stewart closing right back to the back bumper of Kurt Busch. He's trying to go back-to-back at Watkins Glen. He won this race a year ago, and now Stewart closing in. White flag in the air. Final lap presented by Credit One Bank here at Watkins Glen. It'll be a battle between Kurt Busch and Tony Stewart. Stewart hanging right there on Kurt Busch's back bumper, putting just enough pressure on him to keep Kurt on his toes. Stewart trying to force Kurt Busch into a mistake as they go into the S's for the final time here at Watkins Glen, but Kurt Busch had a really good entry. He's able to gain time on Stewart, who had a good center and exit to the S, is able to close in a little bit, but he might be too far back now, approaching the bus stop for the final time. Kurt Busch has had a wild race, but it's all worked out. He won stage 2. Led some laps in every stage so far, and has played the strategy perfectly thanks to Kevin Harvick and Clint Bowyer's misfortunes here at Watkins Glen. He's going to be able to hold off Tony Stewart through the carousel for the final time. Kurt Busch driving away, extending that lead. I think Stewart just doesn't have enough to get him. Going to be too little too late. He's going to run out of time, and just 2 corners remain for Kurt Busch and victory lane here at Watkins Glen. Now through the final corner at the Glen. What a performance. The Busch brothers are on a roll. Last week it was Kyle Busch winning at Texas. This week Kurt Busch wins at the Glen. His 8th career win, 3rd this season, and he sweeps the road course races in 2006. Tony Stewart comes home with a strong runner-up finish. Sadler, Kyle Busch, Newman the top 5. Carl Edwards, Jeff Gordon, Denny Hamlin, Dale Jr., Kevin Harvick the top 10. Kurt Busch led 30 of 90 laps en route to his first career win at Watkins Glen. The race results are linked in the description down below. And here are your updated chase standings. Just 3 races remain in the regular season, and Kurt Busch, with that win, locks himself into the 10-man chase, as does Tony Stewart with that second-place finish. So we have half the chase field locked in. Jimmie Johnson, Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, Kurt Busch, and Tony Stewart. Mark Martin, Carl Edwards are on the verge of locking themselves in for Roush Racing. Jeff Burton, Dale Jr., Denny Hamlin remain 8th through 10th in the standings. Still have solid cushions. As long as they don't make any mistakes, they should be okay. And then Jeff Gordon jumps up to 11th. He will try to find his way in the chase, as will Kasey Kahne, Greg Biffle, Matt Kenseth. A couple of big names below the cut line going into the Bristol night race next week. So huge win for Kurt Busch at Watkins Glen. And as we end this episode, as always, I want to shout out my channel members. Thank you very much to Brenda Breen and Jeremy Isley. I really appreciate your guys' support. It means a lot to me, helps me and the channel continue to grow, produce some awesome content on our road to now 2,000 subscribers. So those of you that are watching this video or are not subscribed, please do subscribe. I really appreciate it. It's completely free. It only takes a couple of seconds. And if you want to become a paid channel member and get access to exclusive perks, link for that is down in the description down below. And until next episode for the Bristol Night Race, I hope you all have a good one.